Welcome to Job Seeker Quick Tips, a 5-minute video covering 4 key areas for experienced professionals, brought to you by the Department of Labor and Industry and Job Service Montana. I am Karen. Let's begin with job search tips. Let's start with a few job search tips. Identify your target jobs. Are you looking for a new job or a new career? Are you interested in a lateral move, leveling up, or a stretch job? If your skills are a 75% match, consider applying. Transferable skills. Identify technical, people, and self-management skills that you have that will be useful in any position. And personal brand. Clearly indicate your personal brand. What's important to you? What do you stand for? Clearly indicate those on your elevator pitch, your business card resume, and as you network in person and online. Polish that LinkedIn profile. As an experienced professional, you have a lot of great information to include on your resume, but you don't want to overwhelm the employer. Here's some tips to help you impress them. The top center of your resume should include your contact information, including your LinkedIn URL, and a website for a portfolio if you have one. Add your credentials in a job title. Use a resume summary or a profile to describe your notable achievements. Use everyday language with short, familiar words. Avoid lingo and acronyms. You can't assume that an employer has any prior knowledge to the previous field you were in. Keep your resume to 1 to 2 pages. Some ideas to help with that. Use bulleted lists, they're easier to read. And if you keep each bullet to 1 line, you could add up to 6 under each work experience if needed. If you find that you need more than 2 lines to complete an accomplishment, consider saving that for the cover letter. You can also add a brief additional experience section to add other noteworthy positions that you've held in the past. However, only include 7 to 10 years of experience unless it's directly applicable to the job that you're applying for. If you've been with an employer for more than 10 years, consider cutting the time into chunks, like when you got a promotion. Here's an example of a resume for an experienced professional. We used a reverse chronological format but added a job title and a career objective to talk up the job seeker top center. Notice each bullet point under the work experiences are just 1 line. There's an additional work experience section, and we added a recent certification from LinkedIn Learning. Here's a good example of a cover letter for a seasoned professional. Some things to keep in mind as you work to incorporate your vast knowledge, experience, and strengths. Use your years of experience to clearly describe your successes that relate to the work that you will be doing in the role that you're applying for. Discuss your strengths, providing examples of when you stood out in the workplace, and reflect on what your career will look like in the next 5 to 10 years. Discuss your career goals and how they align with those of the agency. And now for some specific interview advice for experienced professionals. Avoid negative talk. This seems like a no-brainer, but it's easy to get carried away at the ask why you're interested in leaving your current position. Always focus on the positives. Point out that you're expanding your skill set further or looking forward to continued growth opportunities. Show that you bring a lot to the table. Be confident, but not overly confident. There's a fine line between appropriately informed and arrogant. Show them that you're eager to learn new skills. They may be concerned that someone with like a decade of experience in a field might be kind of set in their ways, so assure them that this is not the case. Be enthusiastic about learning how they create success. Similarly, be open-minded. Thoughtfully consider suggestions and say something like, "That's a good idea," or "I never thought of it like that." Show your longevity as a positive. Focus on what you learned working in various roles and benefits, and what you learned working with different people. Tell a story about your ability to adapt. And finally, know your place. If you've been on the other end of the interview table, you need to take stock of your new role. You are the interviewee. Let them guide the interview. Be quiet and respectful. Use your knowledge of being an interviewer to your advantage. Give them what they want. I hope this information has been helpful. Tune in to Job Seeker Central for detailed information on each topic. Do you have more questions? Contact your local job service office to work one-on-one with a workforce consultant at no cost. Good luck with your job search.